When did you see someone realize they messed with the wrong guy? One of my friends set me up to be the fall guy for his actions, and that made my dad go ballistic. On my 19th birthday, my friend Steve gifted me a really cool leather jacket. It was black and had a red dragon logo on the back. He had bought the same jacket a week before, and was very excited about us having matching outfits. He convinced me to wear it every time I went outside the house. I was really happy about this thoughtful gift, but I never expected Steve to betray me in the worst way imaginable. Turns out, Steve had a gambling problem and had borrowed money from multiple gangs in the city. One of these gangs was looking for him all over the city. They had sent him threats saying if they found him, they would settle the score right there and then. So Steve had a brilliant idea. Him and I both had black hair and were of the same height, so he was going to let the gang beat me up instead of him. One day as I was leaving work at 10 p.m., one of Steve's cousins saw me and informed him that I had stopped at a gas station. Steve literally called the gang as an anonymous tipper and claimed that the guy they were looking for was at this location. As I filled my gas tank up, I saw 5 men approach me from behind. All I really remember was being hit in the back of my head with a metal object, and then passing out as I hit the floor. When I woke up in the hospital, my dad was looking at me with tears in his eyes. He said, "I'm so happy you lived, son, but now I have to go. Take care." Something you should know about my dad is that he wasn't just a lifelong boxer, but also ex-military. The first thing he did after leaving my hospital room was make a call to every single one of his military buddies. Then he contacted every single bouncer and bartender in town, as well as 2 of the most violent gangs in our state. Word traveled fast in our town, and once everyone knew that someone with my dad's reputation was looking for these guys, they were more than happy to snitch. These guys were having fun at a bar while bragging about how they beat up a defenseless man with bike chains and crowbars. My dad's fury had long crossed the limit, and these guys were about to learn a very important lesson. He called 4 of the most hardened guys he knew, and these were the type of men who yearned for the day they could let loose. All 5 guys who attacked me were ambushed on the same exact night. They lived pretty close to each other, and my dad knew as soon as they hit one, the others would know. So he simply hit all of them at once. My dad and his buddies broke down their doors with brass knuckles and made sure to leave them alive but begging. This happened in an area where people would rather put on some headphones than try to call the police. All 5 guys ended up with shattered teeth, broken bones and needing to be fed through a tube. But that was just the beginning, since my dad knew the real problem was my friend Steve. Steve had gone into hiding once he found out about the warpath my dad was on, but he couldn't let go of his addiction, so he regularly contacted his dealer for handouts. He got lucky since he was also 19, and my dad couldn't hurt a young boy with his own hands. Instead, my dad waited for a day when he would bring in the dealer, and sent in the authorities. Steve was caught with more needles than they could count, as well as a few unlicensed firearms. The prison he was sent to coincidentally ended up being the same one where the people he borrowed money from had major connections in. Let's just say he didn't survive long. My dad didn't tell me the truth until I fully recovered and asked him where my jacket was.